Yeah, so I'm gonna redo the intro. I was driving, but then I forgot that I needed to talk to you guys while I was driving, so I didn't want to wreck, and so I didn't film any of that. But I thought it would be super fun to start a new series where we essentially drive with Jesus. So it's a drive with me, but with God. We talk about God, and so I thought that would be super fun. Here he is. Good old Jesus right here. We'll just envision that he's like sitting right here, and we'll do a carpool karaoke, we'll do advice, and we'll just have a fun time. Like, he's right here, he's always with us. Like, I used to literally always say that he's here, and I would just like cry and like tell him about my day, and people would like look at me like, is she okay? But I'd just be like ranting and crying and like, God, this is what happened today, like I need help. And like, it's a great therapy exercise. Just pretend that God's in your passenger seat and just spill out your guts. It's great. It's really great. And yeah, I woke up at 6 today, and so I look like this. I haven't done any makeup or anything. I'm literally like, how am I awake right now? But yes, and then I went to a Bible study with the high school girls from my church, and we talked about Jesus. It was great. And we talked about where we are in life based on colors, green, yellow, and red. And I said right now in life, I'm a yellow. I feel like I'm coasting. I feel like it was really busy this week, yet not busy. Like, I felt like my brain felt like I was busy and had a lot going on, yet I didn't really. So I don't know, that's weird. And then with my faith, I also said a yellow because I think with God, I'm still going through the motions. He's still something that's on my to-do list. And I have engaged with him every day this week, yet it doesn't feel intentional. And I had to teach on Sunday at the youth group, and I was talking to one of the other leaders, Hannah, and when we have to do teachings and we have to research for teachings, our time with God is so deep and so intentional because we're trying to learn these things and be able to teach it to people. So I feel like if all of us have that kind of mentality that we need to teach someone or we need to teach ourselves, then we'll go a lot deeper into our Bible studies and actually get something out of it. That's like the only time I really, really learn anything is when I have to teach for somebody else. And so we're in our relationship series right now. I'm gonna pretend like I'm driving, but I'm not driving. Thumbnail. So we had our relationship series like this whole month of February and then some of March, and I talked about sexual immorality and if you should be single and setting boundaries and things like that. So I thought it is a really good topic for the kids and honestly anyone. And I think the best question was, should I be dating or should I be single? Is God calling me to singleness? And I went through a period of my life for a very long time that I was single, and I viewed it as like a terrible thing for like the longest time. I was like, God, how can you have me single right now? Like, I just want to be in a relationship. It's so cute. Like, I just want to have that other person. Yet I was looking for all of the relationships myself. Like, I was searching for relationships and trying to find them, and so none of them worked. I was hurt in almost all of them because I wasn't letting him lead me to the right person. And I talked about this with the kids, but I also was looking for things in that person that I was empty in. Like, I was looking to that person, setting false expectations on them to fill me up in the areas that I needed to be filled up. In the areas that only God can fill me up, I was looking to those people. That's also why it didn't work out. So I spent many months learning how to be okay with being single, being okay with who I am, being okay with this season that God has put me in of not being in a relationship. And I did not find a good, solid, healthy relationship until I was full, until I knew that the love I wanted the attention I wanted, the everything, happiness I wanted could only come from God. And it took me so long to get to that point. So many, like, being frustrated with not having anybody, frustrated with all those things. But I was honestly so happy once I just realized, like, that I can only find any of this in God. And now, even in the relationship I am now, yeah, we need each other for different things, but it's still God that's filling me up, so I don't have to place these false expectations on this other person. So I think that was a really good point to share with the kids. And I think another thing was just boundaries in all relationships, specifically friendships. I think you need boundaries in friendships. We also talked about how you can have your relationship with God in the center of your dating relationship, but your relationship with God cannot be grounded in that other person, because when you break up or whatever, if you do break up, then you're going to be wondering where God is, because you found your relationship in God in that other person and you, like, built it there. So then when you don't have that person, you're like, well, where's God? I don't know what to do because I don't know where he is. So making sure you have a solid foundation of who you are and what your relationship in God is before you bring it into your relationship. And I absolutely agree that God should be the center of your dating relationship, marriage, or whatever. That's really important, but you still need your own personal relationship with God as well. But yeah, that was super awesome. Teaching was great. Later this month, there's going to be a little panel where the kids are going to text in questions and stuff about relationships, so that'll be interesting to answer. But I just think that I need to make God a priority, and this is something we all always say, but I feel like almost we need to carve out time that's like, this is your date with God. If you view him, this is what I always say, if you view him as your friend that you're going to meet in the coffee shop, and I've said this in other videos, then you're not going to stand him up. And, like, I think I really need to implement this, and we need to figure this out together, guys. Like, let's make time for God. I don't know why, like, it takes squeezing him into our day. Like, I think that's sad, honestly. Like, I'll squeeze him in and, like, I'll listen to podcasts when I drive, worship music. Like, I'm squeezing him into my day instead of making him a block in my calendar. Like, let's make God a block in our calendar this week. And not saying it's bad that we listen to podcasts or worship or whatever in our car. Like, that's awesome that we're still doing that. But I just think, like, God and your time with God shouldn't be an afterthought. And it is for a lot of us. But I don't know. But let me know what topics you guys want to hear during my faith videos, because I want to be making content and answering questions that you guys want to hear and that I can help you with, that maybe I know or I'll research for you. So leave a comment down below. As always, I love talking to you guys in the comments. I think that our comment section should be more dynamic and that we can talk about other things. And as always, if you ever need help, you ever need advice, my email is always open, my Snapchat or my DMs on Instagram, like, literally everything's always open, that I can try to do my absolute best to give you advice. And if I don't know, I'll tell you, and I'll try to find resources for you and things like that. But I think we need to be here together to build this community that's centered around God, and that we can be an area on the internet for people to come and feel safe and to learn about God. And I think there are a lot of amazing YouTubers that are doing this, and a lot of people who are using their social media platform as a way to share God and share their faith and things they've experienced. So I think that's super awesome. So I think we should continue to make that something on here. Yeah. But leave a like if you like the series, and we'll go from there. And it'll just be a really fun way to do drive with me, because I know you guys always love that. And we can do worship jam sessions. We can just talk about different podcasts I listen to. Honestly, really anything. I want you guys to steer this series, and leave a comment down below. And I love you guys so much, and I will see all of your beautiful faces next week. As always, have a great, fabulous week. Bye.